Good morning, everybody. It's me, slightly chilly Mitch. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. And as usual, my friends, as usual, drink it if you got it. And I got it today. I got it. And I got it in a different coffee cup. Yes, Mark Whistler, I got the coffee cups. And they are unbroken. And Mark sent 3 cups to me, 3 cups, one for Ellen, and 2 of the cups said Morning Coffee with Mitch on one side and had my logo on the other side. How cool. And I'm going to send one of these to Ellen. And he sent me a very special cup, which I think he thought that I would really appreciate. And it's the one I'm drinking my coffee out of this morning, and it's the same on that side, but on this side, and this is cool, it's got Kenny, and if you hold Kenny next to me, you can see they're both bundled up all the time. Anyway, that's great. That's great. That was a surprise. Mark. I didn't know about that. So thank you. That was fabulous. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see you. I put this thing up about after 6 last night, made it live. And people chimed right in. And the first, I want to just take a few seconds, say hi to the real early birds, and especially this first chat here that Tina put in. I don't normally go into blood work numbers with people. I'm not a doctor. I can't give advice, but it was a question. It says, I had my first blood work after 9.5 months carnivore, HDL, she meant LDL, 465, triglycerides 118, HDL 71, total 560. And then in the next, down a little further, she says, I must admit that I was concerned. I must admit I am nervous about it. Okay, let me take a second and address your numbers, Tina, are incredibly similar to mine. So, and I can tell you that I used to be worried. I used to be concerned. Now I think they're great. I just think they're great. And I'm going to defer to Ken Berry because he is a doctor. And I'm going to defer to all the other carnivore doctors that mirror this same opinion. And it's not my opinion. It's where I basically got my reassurance from. So I'm going to share that reassurance with you, being careful not to have this come off as medical advice or telling you what drugs or what to take or not to take. I learned through a lot of research, a lot of watching videos, reading papers, reading studies, I learned that the most important numbers are the HDL and triglycerides. Your Your HDL is 71. Your triglycerides are, where is it? Your triglycerides are 118. Okay. So the ratio of triglycerides over HDL is 118 over 70, well, roughly one and a half. And they say that you want to shoot for a ratio below 2, ideally below 1 to 1, but 1.5 to 1 is fabulous. It's fabulous. It shows you in good metabolic health. And that's normally accompanied by a very high LDL, which according to the studies that I've seen, pretty well ensures a very, very low rate of mortality when you get older. Unfortunately, the medical community wants your LDL to be the closer to 0, the better, which we would surely die if that happened. And the lower, really low HDL numbers that show a high. So they got a high mortality. So they got it backwards. If you went into Ken Berry's live stream and give him a nice super chat so he sees your question and puts those numbers in your question, he would tell you congratulations. And I guess I'm gonna mirror that. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. Papa Carnivore was here early this morning and or yesterday afternoon, and we had Mike Seeley yesterday afternoon, retired Rick yesterday afternoon. How you doing? Turamir from Finland, good to see you. 11:36 p.m. Lucy Auerbach was here. Lynn Gerber chimed in at 1:09 a.m. Furl Grandma, excuse me, at 2:10 a.m. Peter, Tweet and Pearl, 5:16 a.m. Finally, somebody that slept. Good to see you. Good to see you. And No Slow is here. Greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. Nancy Reed checked in. Cliff Medina checked in this morning. I'm going to try to get through this. I got a little bit to talk about this morning. Morning, Wayne Herman. These are the early birds. Terry Sue, how you doing? Good to see you. Lady June is here. DS-111, 3:37 out in Los Angeles. Well, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Here's a question I'll answer very quickly from Cliff Medina. Hey, Mitch. Question. Bart K said that if you ate only 70% meat, you're still considered a carnivore, but if you're not eating 100%, aren't you technically on carnivore? Are you technically on carnivore? Well, I talked about that in a video. I talk about that a lot. The scientific community says the definition of a carnivorous animal is more than 70% of their diet from meat and animal products. Now, that's the definition of a carnivorous animal. A carnivore diet is a construct. It's an arbitrary thing. It has only meaning to people who want to put a label on the thing that they're doing. And that I think is more of being a snob, wearing ribbons, wearing medals on your uniform, and all those kind of things. But in reality, if you're eating over 70% of your diet from meat, you technically are a carnivorous animal. If you want to know if you can call yourself a carnivore, if you're on the carnivore diet, do you need to not drink coffee and all that other bullshit? That's up to you. That's up to you. I don't care what other people think. I don't care that people say to me, you're not really a carnivore because you drink coffee and coffee comes from that's bullshit, Cliff. So no, I don't worry about that at all. At all. The closer you get to 0 carbs and 0 plants, the better off you are. Call it whatever you would like. We've already got too many different labels. keto, ketovore, carnivore, lion diet. We got too many different friggin' labels. Becomes too complicated. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yes, yes, Cliff Bart did say 70%. That is pretty much the consensus in the scientific community of how you decide if an animal is carnivorous or not. So we don't want to confuse the two. We don't want to confuse the two. My definition of being a carnivore is watching Morning Coffee with Mitch. If you watch Morning Coffee with Mitch, my friends, as far as I'm concerned, you're a carnivore. And that's the only concern that matters. My concern. Always something to debate about. Richard Williams, good to see you. Rick Charger Mopar, how you doing? Jason H is here. Good morning to you. Coffee's brewing, Granny Boo 2. Somebody new. Stickman's Garage, how you doing, Stickman? Calm, all's well. Yes, a lot of stuff. Tina Schweikerath came back in today and says good morning. Sleep well, Tina. Sleep well. Nick Norwitz discovered a way to lower your LDL dramatically in a hurry, and that is to stuff your face full of Oreo cookies every day for 2 weeks. I don't think that's going to do anything to help your health, but it will reduce your number and make your doctor a little happier. So what's more important to you, the number or making your doctor happy? I would pick the number and health over my doctor's happiness any day of the week. Dan Galasso's here. How you doing, Dan? Good to see you. Bought a CV12 WeVac. Great. I hope you enjoy that thing. It's coming. He says it's coming Sunday. Wow. And Nikki W. Hiya, Nikki W. How are you? Look what I got. Look what I got yesterday. I got this. I got a picture. I got a picture of Nikki W. in her shirt. Yes. Thank you so much. You look fabulous, darling. You look fabulous, darling. Fabulous in that shirt. Every woman should be wearing shirts like that. How do we make it? Ooh, lost myself. Hold on, I will find myself. Too many buttons. There we go. How do I make that a fashion trend? I'm trying so hard. I even managed to put my coffee cup up in the upper right-hand corner of this live stream. Look at that. Look at that. I have choices of logos that I can use, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I have, where is it here? I have the old guy face, a different old guy face, darker, and I got the coffee cup, and I love the coffee cup. I'm going to stick with it. Very cool, very cool. Have we gotten to 8:30 yet? No, we're sneaking up on it. We're sneaking up on it. And we have Carolyn Loves Elvis Forever. How you doing? And Turamir back again. And Jeff Streslak chimed in. How you doing? Nikki, I said, showed you the T-shirt. Steve Rogers, Captain America superhero in the house. How you doing, Steve? Good morning to you. Good morning. Retired Rick went to bed, got up, checked back in. Marla Kelly's here. How you doing? And we're still not to 8:30 yet. You guys are so prolific. Mark Whistler, morning. I can't hear Whistler. Mark Whistler, good morning, my friend. Yes. I couldn't wait to tell everybody, but yes, I got the coffee cups and they're great. And I really love this. I love this one with the kitty. Oh man, thanks so much. What an effort. What an effort. What a campaign, man. To try to get me some coffee cups that didn't come broken. But it looks like you packed them in the box that they came to you in, which was probably the box I'm going to use to send Ellen. I'm going to use the same box and send Ellen's to her. So again, thanks so much. Smoothie 420 is here, and CB, morning Sheriff, how you doing? Good to see you. We are not. And Lori's Carnivore story is here. And Lori, I have already been alerted. I got an email though already this morning, and somebody said, could you wish Lori a happy birthday? Could you wish Lori a happy birthday? And I said, I will. And I put it in my show notes that I have right here. And down at the bottom of my show, it's a happy birthday to Lori, 63 years old. You are a child, my friend. Just a child. And at any rate, everybody, let's give a big cheer for Lori's birthday. Happy birthday, Lori. Yes, yes. And many more. And many more. Yes, okay. I love to have an occasion here. I need to get a birthday song, but you don't want to hear me sing happy birthday. The plants die when I sing happy birthday. What children run and scream when I sing. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. And who else we got here? Mark Booz. Did I say hi to Mark? No. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Maybe I did. How you doing? And it was, everybody's talking about the temperature. It was in the upper 40s when I came out here this morning, but that sun shining on my face is glorious, and it's starting to warm up my little screen room here. But I almost had the hood up on top of the headphones here this morning. It was chilly. It was chilly, and I've been out here for an hour and a half getting ready for this thing, so. And I think it's going to be a little chilly tomorrow morning, but I'll do it. But I got to tell you guys, if it gets so cold I see my breath when I breathe out, I'm doing it from inside. Discretion being the better part of valor, as they say. Lizzie's here. Good morning to you. Still haven't made it to 8:30. Wow, everybody was jumping in. Jerry Hall, good to see you. And let's get through this real quick here so I can get to my morning notes, and then we can get to some questions. So if you have any questions for me, put them in the chat, QQQ. I'll try to get to them. And if I got nowhere to go today, if it takes longer than an hour, which it always does, we'll be here. We'll be here, and I'll try to get through them. I'll try to get through them. But I can say things now, but I'm going to have a lot of different people here as the stream goes on. People come and go through the whole stream. So let me try to find. Mike Seeley Sr.'s here. How you doing? John Logan's here. I still have not made it to 8:30. 8:30. Jeff Streslak, I said hi to you. Jerry Hall said hi to you. Nikki W. 8:30. Who rang the bell this morning? Who was the first one at 8:30? I know that's important. Don Schonger. Don Schonger's the winner this morning, the first to make a comment the instant that I went live at 8:30. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's probably why I got so many comments at 8:29. Everybody thinks it's a contest every morning. At any rate, good to see you. Let me do the one thing I need to do every morning. I need to put my Buy Me a Coffee link in the chat. If I don't ask, I don't get. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much. If you appreciate what I do and you're entertained here and you like it, and you want to help support these efforts, I really appreciate that. Use the Amazon links. I'm not pushing that stuff too hard, but I feel I at least should mention it. So on to the next. Oh, and somebody, see what I'm saying about asking and getting? See that? See that? Tanya Kitchenwich bought me a cup. Tanya, you're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you so much. And she said, got my mug, Mitch. Cue the music while I dance with my coffee. Okay for you, Tanya. Thank you. There it is. And I will join you and dancing with the coffee. And you sent me a picture of it, I think. Or did you not? Hold on. I think I put it up on the website. Did I show that picture of you in yesterday's stream with your coffee mug? No, I couldn't have, because you said you just got it. Let me hang on here. Hang on here just a minute. Let's do this. Oh, God, how could I have so many things on my mind in the morning here. Let me see if I have. Hang on. And Ellen's in the house. Tanya, did you send me the picture of that? Oh. I'm sorry, I don't want to take up a lot of time right now. But if I can't find that email, send it to me again. But I seem to remember you sending me that picture. I'm sorry. I've gotten so many. I get so many emails during the course of a day. You have no idea how many emails I get. Here's a video you should watch. Watch this video. Watch that video. Watch the other video. The drones are doing this. Your vitamin D's doing that. This has been in the news. That's been in the news. You need to pay attention to this. You need to pay attention. And what am I supposed to do? I don't have enough time in the day as is. But thanks for the coffee, Tanya. I will look for that picture and make sure it's on the website and that I show it to everybody here in the morning. Those things are important to me. I showed Nikki's cup picture with the cup this morning. And, oh my God, I don't know if she's here. I haven't seen Aussie Gal yet. And Ellen, pay attention to this too, if you're here. Ellen, pay attention to this. Yesterday, when I went to get the coffee cups at the post office, which was an adventure 5 days before Christmas, but in my post office box was this, an envelope from Australia. And it says on the front, it says, Mitch and Ellen, old guy, which is how I have people address things to me. Mitch, old guy, without my last name on there. At the P.O. box, which I got to receive things. An Aussie gal about a week or two ago asked me, Mitch, did you get my Christmas card? And I didn't remember getting a Christmas card, but I did get a Christmas card from somebody, and I had no idea who it was from. It was signed T, one letter, T. And I'm saying to myself, well, maybe that was the Christmas card she's talking about. So I said to her, yes, I think I got your Christmas card. No, I didn't get her Christmas card. I just got it yesterday. This Christmas card took at least probably 2 or 3 weeks to get here from Australia. And I got to tell you, and I don't have her email address. I put a reply to a comment she made in a recent video of mine telling her, yes, I got the Christmas card. And it's friggin' awesome. I have never seen anything like this. And I have never gotten, I don't get a lot of Christmas cards, but I have never gotten anything like this. This is a handmade Christmas card. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. It's all stuff pasted on top. And it's got little metal balls glued to it. And on the back, she hand wrote a nice message to me. And at the bottom, her name is Carolyn. She wrote, at the bottom, she wrote, I'll get it right. She wrote, handmade by Carolyn with a heart. Unbelievable. And there's a drawstring. There's a drawstring on, and then you pull the drawstring and untie it, and it opens up to like a little diorama. Look at this. Let me get it in the camera. Look at this. Look at this. Is that not gorgeous? Holy cow. I was blown away by this. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much. And I'm going to send this coffee cup here to Ellen, and I'm going to keep it for a few days, because I'm not going to mail anything to Ellen right now during the Christmas rush. I'm going to wait till after Christmas to send her the coffee cup, but I'm going to send this to her because I know how much she would appreciate this from you too. But I wanted to make sure that everybody, even if it took a few minutes, everybody got to see this. This is the most incredible Christmas card. And I don't get a lot of them, but this is incredible. And so thoughtful of you. And it's little things like that that just make me so happy that I'm doing this. And I've met so many of you people. So many of you people are some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. And don't think that goes unnoticed. So thank you so much. Wow, the coffee. People are buying me coffees this morning. Ah, man. You guys are great. Bring tears to my eyes. Make my nose run. Or is it the cold? Might be the cold. No, it's you guys. Mark Whistler, thank you so much, my friend. Mark Whistler. Fill her up, he says. 5 coffees. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, so generous. Someone, again, no message. I have a secret admirer. Bought me a coffee, and Carolyn loves Elvis forever. Bought me 3 coffees, thank you, and her message says, you brighten my day, Mitch, with a smiley face. Thank you so much. I'm returning the favor, guys. Hopefully I am anyway. So, Carolyn, I will get this card to Ellen, and I want to put it way over here on the other side of my table so I don't accidentally spill coffee on it. God, that would be a travesty. And thank you so much. So let's see, what else did I have on my list? That was fun stuff. That was good stuff. All right, back to the show notes. Got the Christmas card, talked about Mark's cups. Okay. Got an email from Zebonot Smith this morning. And in that email, he sent me a picture, which was a link to this. And the email said, somebody, and let me put it up on the screen here for you. He says, somebody, and just so you know who you're talking to, by the way, let me see if I can put myself in the bottom of the picture. Yes, there I am. Okay. He said, it's about time somebody filed a lawsuit against the food companies for the damage that they're doing, causing us diabetes and things. And he sent me this, and I opened it up, and to my surprise, it says Morgan and Morgan. Now, we all know who Morgan and Morgan is. They're like the biggest accident injury attorney in the country. John Morgan is very well known for the people. That's his slogan, for the people. I will not share my opinion of the man and everything, but the last thing he is for the people. He is for John Morgan and the 30 or 40% that he earns off every one of these ridiculous things. He's a hired gun. He's one of the biggest Democrat donors in the country. He hosted, when Hillary Clinton was running, he hosted at his home here in Florida fundraisers for her. He is the king of marijuana in the state of Florida. He's the guy who owns all the farms that grows the marijuana, and he funds all of the political efforts to legalize recreational marijuana in Florida. And he'll win, and he'll get away with it. Does he do some good for people? I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. But I don't have much respect for the man as a human being. I mean, I've known about him for 30, 40 years. I've seen his history and everything else. But he is taking up the gauntlet. He is taking up the challenge of fixing Americans' health because he cares and he's for the people. And when I saw it was John Morgan, I started reading a little bit. And Morgan & Morgan was a first of its kind lawsuit. Well, he's good at that. He creates all new ways for people to sue people. But if he's suing these companies, Kraft Heinz Company, and all these other food processors, saying that their foods are killing people, and he wants to pay for it and fund it, and he's doing it on a contingency, and it's him that's doing it, you'll be my new best friend, John Morgan. I'm telling you, you will be my new best friend. You go ahead and sue those people. You spend all the money in the world on them. I'm backing you on this one, buddy. If it brings it to the public attention, for whatever reason, I don't care if you make $100 trillion. It's one of the first things you've ever done that I pat you on the back for and say, I don't know how you came to this or what conclusion that you drew that decided this would be a good thing to start suing people on. But by God, I'm with you, John Morgan. You're my new best friend. And that I think was very interesting. Thanks for sending me that. Couple of other quick things. One other thing I got here, and then we're going to start looking for questions. One other thing that I got here. Amazon drivers are on strike a week before Christmas. Oh my God, I saw that all over the news this morning. And they're striking at Starbucks too. Are these people crazy? I know. This day and age, people should be thankful to have a job. Not that I'm anti-union, but some of the things they demand are just, from my point of view, as an old guy trying to live on Social Security and a little side hustle, and looking at the kind of money and benefits and raises these people are all asking for from businesses that are struggling today to try to even stay alive. I saw today Big Lots is going bankrupt. The party stores are all going bankrupt. I mean, every day it's another 10 companies that can't stay in business, but their employees want 10% a year raises guaranteed for the next million years. It's got to be a happy compromise here. Got to be a happy compromise. It's greed, I think. I know it's necessity for people to pay their bills. There's other ways to solve these problems than keep fueling inflation by raising prices and then having to raise wages. I remember what my first car cost in 1966. It was $2,600. And wages and inflation were still balanced just about the same way they were today, but it's this greed and race to get a little more that just keeps pushing them up. Wages, prices, wages, prices, wages, and prices, until it's going to take a wheelbarrow full of money to buy a loaf of bread. Doesn't make any sense to me. That all started when we took the dollar off a gold standard in this country, and maybe we should put it back on again so it actually has some meaning. We won't talk economics here today, but I thought it was interesting to see how everybody how everybody is striking all the time. Wow, we got 141 people here on Saturday morning. Let me check over in Rumble. I haven't done that yet. We got No Slow over there, Mike Seeley, Rod Weeder, Mike Seeley Jr., and More to Life. The usual suspects in Rumble, 9 people over there. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. So what's going on in the chat here? Okay, I think I've spent enough time saying good morning. I'm going to start looking. I mean, good morning to everybody who I haven't gotten to yet. I think some people like that, like to hear me say their names. Some people say, I'm bored listening to this clown just say hi to everybody, the same people he said hi to yesterday, and they go away. I'm going to go through the chat. If I see there's a lot of people that checked in right after 8:30. Erin Booby Goats, good to see you. She's the one that sent me the email that told me about Lori's birthday. You got a fan there, Lori. I think I got some more coffee. Wow, you guys are on fire this morning. Thank you so much. We got Jason. Jason's, it says, Merry Christmas, bought me a coffee. Steve, Captain America 5, Steve Rogers, Merry Festivus, Mitch, to the rest of us. I'll drink to that. And whatever you celebrate, happy, merry, or whatever. At least we're celebrating. And the coffee is hot on the coffee warmer. And you've all seen the coffee warmer, but you can see how I have it right here. Right here. And here's where I keep my cell phone. Here's the other coffee cup. See, this is a very small table. It's only a 2x4 foot table, and it takes up a lot of room. And one of the most important things I have on my table is over here to the right. It's over here to the right. and it's a cigar. And I have lighter right over here, too. Guess what? As I fade in the music on the mixer. Little behind the scenes from the control room here. So excuse me while I light my cigar and dance. Somebody's looking over my shoulder here. I better get back to this. Oh man, I like to clown around. When that music plays, I just get happy. I'm sorry, I just get happy. Excuse me. And okay, let's get down to business here, guys. Holy cow. Nice turnout here this Saturday morning. Good to see you. I see Ellen's still in the chat. I'm gonna have to read the chat, the whole chat afterwards when I watch the replay just to see whether you guys are making fun of me this morning or not. Lizzie's here. How you doing, Lizzie? Good to see you. Sandra McDonald from Australia. Good to see you. Francine, the coffee's hot. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Have a great one, she says. Okay, I'm looking for questions. And here's where Ellen chimed in and said hi. Danny in Boston said hi. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this if I don't. Lat's here. Hi, Lat. How you doing? Always good to see the regular crowd. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Questions. Here you go. Ellen is answering your question. your concerns about your cholesterol, watch his stuff. Dr. Nadir Ali, absolutely, absolutely. One of many that basically say to you, with those numbers you have, you are one of the luckier, healthier people your age. Do not, this is not me giving you medical advice, but do not fall for the bullshit that you hear from the medical community. Remember, these are the same people that are telling you to eat 5 to 11 servings of healthy whole grains every day, fruits and vegetables. Do not eat red meat or animal fat. And we all know what that does to you. Why would you take any advice from these people? That's a rhetorical question. Polish Mike, good morning, my friend. How are you? Questions. Sandy Blythe, how you doing, Sandy? Good to see you. And Lioness Lewis here. Morning, Mitch, putting on so much weight. Never been this size. Huge. Totally overeating raw meat, only doing carnivore for nearly a year. Stopped dairy. Any thoughts? Wow. That is. I know I saw that before. That is almost impossible if there's nothing else wrong with you. There's something going on, something hormonal. And unfortunately, if you've been eating nothing but meat and you can't stop eating and your appetite is never satisfied, that you have got some kind of a condition. And I can't diagnose you from a chat, but if that was me, and knowing what I know, I would be trying to find an incredibly carnivore-friendly doctor. You may try to contact Dr. Sives in Florida, down in Jupiter, Florida. Rob Sives. He's on YouTube. He has videos. In the description of his videos is all of his contact information and phone numbers. If I had a problem like that and I was doing everything that 99% of the other people who are eating like you're eating are doing and getting great results, and you're not, I would contact Rob Sives. Cyves. Rob Sives. I know it's hard to get in, it's hard to see him, but I would definitely try to find a doctor, either him or somebody like him, that could start running very how do I want to say this? Deep dive tests that really look into the fine points of metabolic health and the way your hormones are going. You shouldn't be getting huge on carnivore unless something's wrong, and that's where your body thinks it needs to be. And in that case, nobody on a YouTube video is going to tell you what the problem is. I hate to say that to you, but because I hate to send people to doctors, but that would be my best advice if I was giving any advice at all. Sorry, my friend. I feel for you. Karen Travis is here. Good to see you, Karen. And Loretta Nadow, how you doing? I'm looking for questions. Observer's here. How you doing, Observer? Good to see you. I'm not going to take much time to... Well, I'm still doing pretty good on time here this morning. Look at that. I'm surprised. It's not already 9:30. James Ballou, how you doing? These days you can identify you're talking to somebody in the chat, evidently. Here's a name I don't recognize. Francine Monteleone. Hi, Francine. Welcome. Welcome. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Good morning from Mount Laura, New Jersey. It snowed here. It does that. I'm from Philadelphia. It used to snow in Philadelphia. I remember as a kid standing at the window hoping that they would close the schools. We lived for that in the wintertime. And I must have done something at 8:42. Oh, I was just showing Nikki's picture. She says, thanks, Mitch. That shows you how far I'm a half an hour behind in the chat. Yeah, this is James says, how about the lying diet? Yeah, that's the diet most people are on, the lying diet. Yeah. That's great. That's great. And Nick and Peter. Peter's hitting on you there, Nikki, telling you look skinny and beautiful, darling. Yes. That was my Fernando impression from Billy Crystal. You look marvelous, darling. You look marvelous. Right after he says, it's better to look good than to feel good. So many of us have that attitude. And that really screws us up on dieting. We worry so much about our weight, we forget about everything else. Oh, my God. Look at this. Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. If I paid you any money, Ellen, you'd be worth every cent I spent on you. I'm telling you honestly. Look at that. That's great. And I appreciate you doing that, Ellen. But yeah, I don't push those. You don't hear me pushing the shirts all the time. Maybe the coffee cups a little more because I think it's more in tune with what we do here in the morning. But yeah, I've got that up there, and there's sweatshirts, T-shirts, 3 different designs on them. Check it out. The same place you go to find the coffee cups. Got all those shirts, and they're great. They're good quality too. So if you don't want, no big deal. I do get sometimes a few comments in public when I wear mine out to the store, especially the food pyramid one. Tanya's here. Good morning. How you doing, Tanya? I still haven't seen a QQQ, not a single one. I did catch a question without the QQQs, but that's because I said I was going to go fast and not read what you're writing, but I'm reading it. And Ellen wishes you a happy birthday as well. Lori. Listen to this. Carnivore loves Elvis down 41. Hey, man. Holy cow. I mean, it deserves. That's great. Great. Congratulations. Keep it up. Here you go. Turamir, how are you, boss? How do you think I am, Tuka? How do you think I am? How do you think I am? I got Kenny. Here today. It's warming up a little bit. I got hot coffee. I got my cigar. I got you guys. I keep saying if I was any better, it'd be illegal. And I'm trying to spread some positivity and sunshine and support here for all of you every morning. Call it a come to carnivore meeting if you'd like. But thanks, Tuka. Thank you so much for asking. Let's see. A lot of interesting things going on in the chat here. But evidently the Turamir, he's 77. You knew how old I was. You didn't say how old are you. I think you just said how are you. And I kind of saw how old are you when I first glanced at it. Maybe that's what you did ask. In case any of you don't know how ancient I am, I will be 78 on May the 7th. So I'm closer now to 78 than I was to 77. And I've always been that way. I look at age because you're not really, when you reach your 78th birthday, you're basically still pretty much 77 years old. For the same reason that you're not, when you reach your first birthday, then, no, wait a minute. I got that backwards. You are. I am 70. I am 7. When you reach your 78th birthday, I'll be 78. The confusion comes when people say, I'm in my 78th year, or on my 77th year. There's so many different ways. Some people say their age because they want to make the world think they're younger. I've always been the opposite. I have always rounded up to my next birthday, wearing my age as a badge of honor and experience. So generally a couple months before my birthday, probably sometime around March, when people ask me how old I am, I will say 78, because 78 will be imminent at that point. And I've always done that. I've always done that. I don't know why. I am so proud of the experience and the years that I've survived on this planet and all the things I've done, that I want to brag about it. And the more years I can brag about, still having my sanity, my mind, my health, and everything else. And when I'm 100, I'll be more proud of that than I'm proud of being 77 and a half today. Questions. I am still half an hour behind, but that's okay. Oh, I can ask you if you're obviously, here you go. Ellen says, can I see my new mug? This one, Ellen, is yours. This one is yours. And it says Morning Coffee with Mitch. And there's the inside, and there's the bottom, and it's beautiful. And I will send it to you right after the Christmas ridiculous rush, because I don't want it to get lost in the mail or mishandled because they are so busy. But there it is, Ellen. There's your new mug. And Jeff Johnson, the name you know. Hi, Jeff. How you doing? Good to see you this morning. Question, Lori, don't forget the cigar for the third day in a row. Thank you. This is the problem with being behind in the chat. I came to it all myself, and God, I get such a charge out of you guys encouraging this, which is okay. I love it, as opposed to the reaction I usually get from so many people. You obviously don't care about your health. Why would I listen to you? And boy, do I have an answer for them. And it's usually not very pleasant or socially acceptable. And it would go something like, why should you listen to me? Because you weigh 350 pounds, you're a diabetic, and you're 48 years old, and you think you're eating healthy and exercising and doing all the right things. So who are you to tell me what's bad for you? Invariably. Those are the kind of people that will tell you what to do. Don't do what I do, do what I say. How often have you heard that one? As that diet advice comes out of the words of your obese doctor's mouth. Honest to God, I could never understand how people could look at an obese doctor and take health advice from him or her. All right, we're just, evidently, we're not going to get a lot of really deep questions this morning. Another question, Steve Rogers, where's the cigar? Man, I love that you guys are looking out for me. Thank you. Thank you. Juan Manuel from Chile is here. Hiya, Juan. How you doing, guy? Danny says, wow, such a nice card. Was that incredible? Ellen, wait till you see this thing. Wait till you see this thing. Yeah, and Ellen thanks Aussie Gal. And I got to tell you, the first thing that went through my mind when I saw that card was, I think that her name is Carolyn. I think that Carolyn thinks I got the card and I didn't make any comment about how incredible it was. And I said, oh, shit. That would make me feel bad to think that she might think that I would not appreciate what she did. So I made it. First thing I did when I got it was I tried to find a comment of hers in one of my old videos, one of my more recent videos, and I found one, and I quick put in a reply because I have no other way to reach her. How incredible I thought it was. And then I said, okay, and tomorrow morning I'm going to show it off, and hopefully, Carolyn, let me know when you finally get the message from me, because that'll make me happy, that you know how incredible of you I thought that was. Please, to send something like, to make it and send it halfway around the world to me is monumental. So I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to the next time that I see you in a chat or something, so I can make sure that you know how awed I was from that. Yeah, and everybody else too. Look at this beautiful card. That card is gorgeous. Very special card. Beautiful card. What a nice gift. Yeah, and like I say, Ellen, I'm going to send it to you, and I want you to keep it. I want you to keep it. I usually end up, I would never throw that card away. And I still have some greeting cards that I've saved that were special over my entire life. And I would save that one too. But I think Ellen would appreciate it even more than I do. And I appreciate it a lot. Jeff Johnson says that card represents her heartfelt thanks and appreciation of you, Mitch. I know that. I know that. I know that. Nikki W. talked about it. And CB Carmack says, hey, Mark Whistler bought you 5 coffees, but only sent 3 cups. Nah, you're... Oh, Mark Whistler is an awesome guy. I can't believe what he went through. I can't believe what he went through to get me those coffee cups. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, here's a question. Question from Tanya. Yes, we finally got a question coming up on 9:30, but we're going to be here for a while. And this, of course, is a half an hour ago. But let me address it here. Someone on here mentioned a while back that they made their own tallow moisturizer. I want to give it a try. Well, I don't make my own tallow moisturizer. I just, if I ever get beef fat on my hands or something like that, I rub it in. I rub it on my face. Just, I know there's a way to make a cream out of it. I couldn't help you there, but I'm sure if you, Tanya, if you just search for it on, just go into YouTube and type beef tallow moisturizing cream in the search bar, you'll come up with all of these videos. I wouldn't be surprised if Nisha Berry has one. You might look on her channel. In fact, I mean, this is taxing my memory, but I actually think I, at one point or another, saw a video from her about making tallow moisturizer. I do the same thing with bacon grease. Why wipe? You get bacon grease over your hand, why wipe perfectly good bacon grease off your hands? Go like this. Keep your hands nice and soft. How do you think I have such gorgeous skin at my age? I mean, look, I'm almost 80 years old. Does that look like an 80-year-old hand? No, I don't think so. I've got the veins, yes. I mean, I've got, because I'm not fat, but hell, look at this. I look at my skin, and it just keeps looking like it's getting younger and younger and younger the longer I do this. Nobody can tell me this is not healthy. Nobody. IB Bill 42 chimed in. How you doing, IB Bill? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mark Whistler gives a shout out to all the first responders. Always a noble thing to do. Quicker Tickers, how you doing, Quicker Ticker? Good to see you. And you guys are, I can always count when I've got Ellen in the chat and Peter in the chat. I can count on a lot of chatting, and I encourage that. I think it's absolutely great. There are times when I say, you guys don't need me. What do I do? I'll just sit back and watch for a while. Speaking of that, let me remind everybody, 3 o'clock this afternoon, I have a live stream Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and I will throw the link to the StreamYard panel in the thing, and we'll all get together for a little while this afternoon. In fact, I'm going to do it from outside here. I'm going to leave this set up until then. I'm not even going to take it down. And I got to tell you, that was very convenient that happened today, because when I take all this stuff in the house, I set it all over. I set it up, put the monitor and all the equipment on top of my washer and dryer right inside the door of my laundry room. And I need to do laundry. So I said, wow, how convenient that while all of this equipment is not sitting on top of my washer and dryer, I'll do my laundry. So that's my plans for later this morning. An exciting day of doing laundry. And then the good part, hosting a live stream at 3. So I hope to see you all there. Karen Travis chimed in. How you doing, Karen? Questions? Any questions here? Looking for, I'm still trying to see if I recognize anybody. Tom, I didn't say hi to you yet today. Good morning. And I see that Tanya's saying hi to Dixie. I don't know if I said hi to Dixie yet. May not have seen her. These things scroll by so fast. Here's a Dixie Scott text. Thanks, everyone. What's that? He's miserable, and no doubt I'll catch. Oh, somebody you know's gets sick. Wow, here's somebody I haven't seen before. Marek Riz, R-Y-S-Z, Rizard. Marek from Poland. Good evening to you and welcome. Good to see you. My grandmother on my mother's side was born in Poland. So I have a little Polish in me. I have Hungarian, Polish, and Russian. All from that area of Eastern Europe where they all get close to each other. So maybe we're related. But that'd have to be a long way back, unfortunately. It's actually fun sitting here reading what you guys write in the chat. Laurie got excited. Yes. The cigar couch potato. How you doing? Still looking for questions. I caught up 5 minutes because I'm moving faster. Anyway, I'm having fun. As long as you guys are having fun, no need to go away. Somebody named Mary chimed in, says good morning. Hi, Mary. And Karen Twining, I haven't said hi to you yet today. Stop eating chicken and pork. Okay, giving advice. I don't know what the question was, but Michael Pregler's here. How you doing? Good advice. Dr. Ford Brewer would be another good doctor to get a hold of. Yeah, we were talking about why you might not be able to lose weight on a carnivore diet. Karen says she wishes she had a carnivore doctor in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I wish I had a carnivore doctor here in Melbourne, Florida. But the good news is I pretty well wean myself off of doctors. I go once a year for a physical, and if something happens, I get it fixed. But as far as my metabolic health and day-to-day health, I do not rely on any doctors, nor would I, for any kind of advice. In that respect, I think we all know more than most of them will ever learn in their lifetime. Let me see, just so I don't miss anything, if anybody else. Nope. Had a little flurry of coffees there. I guess you won't hate me if I throw the link back in there for the new people that have arrived since I put the link up at the beginning of the stream. Oh, God, I'm shameless, aren't I? Hey, Chris, Life After Carbs, good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. You chimed in about 9:15 or so. Here's a question, Robbie Autry. How do you feel about having sour cream with pork skins, Mitch? Well, I feel, personally, don't take this as any advice whatsoever. My first feeling is yuck. Yuck. I do not like sour cream. I've never eaten sour cream. I don't like the looks of sour cream, the smell of sour cream. The fact that it has the word sour in its name might be perfectly great. It's just something I started out as a kid. White, creamy things scared the shit out of me for some reason. I don't know why I have an aversion. It's the reason I never ate and runny foods. I don't like foods. The only thing with that consistency that I ever ate, I never liked butter, was ice cream because it was sweet. But no, I've never been a dairy guy at all. Very few cheeses, maybe Swiss, and some of the skim cheeses that you get on a pizza. But I would never eat cheese by itself. So I'm the last guy to ask about that. The only thing I can tell you is that if the sour cream has no carbs in it, no sugar in it, and it's pure fat, have at it. Just don't overdo it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Mama Bear chimed in and said, hey, Mama Bear, how you doing? Said dairy can pack it on, depending on how much. Yes, it can, because so much of dairy contains lactose, which is why you have to stick to the butter, the ghee, the high-fat cheeses. But it kind of leaves milk out of it, because all milk is going to have lactose in it. Oh, we have Liz Weberg here. How you doing? From Denmark. Good to see you, Liz. Nice to see some people from across the pond chiming in this morning. Chris Hope, I don't know if you're still here. You chimed in about 9:16. That was almost half an hour ago. Chris Hope, my old drone buddy. How you doing, Chris? Great to see you. Great to see you. Ketra says, Ketra Naylor, question, is there any nutritional difference in egg yolks and how you cook them, runny egg yolks to hard-boiled eggs? Well, there are people who, there's always arguments on both sides of that story. And on one hand, you got the raw meat people and the raw eggs people saying that's the best way to get nutrition. Then I've seen stories, people saying that cooking your proteins to a point makes the nutrition more bioavailable. I think if you burn something to charcoal, you're going to destroy any nutritional value it has. I think if you cook stuff to a certain point without overdoing it, you're going to be fine. I don't know what that point is. I would say on a steak it might be rare to medium rare. I'd say runny on an egg would probably be more nutritious than the speed bump hard way that I cook omelets. I'm sure that if I cooked my omelets a little less, I'd probably get a little more nutrition out of them. But you like what you like, and make it the way you like it. Otherwise, you won't eat any of it, and you'll get no nutrition. So there's a reason, for some reason, everything we like, everything that tastes good to us, everything that we do, we're following the cues from the animal that lives inside us, from that reptile brain, from the beast within. That's why I named my book that I wrote 22 years ago, Taming the Beast Within. That title means exactly what it says, is how to learn to listen to and control it as best you can the directions that your life is taking based on what your animal mind is telling you. And that's I mean, I discovered that so long ago. It's not something I discovered because I'm a carnivore. I'm a carnivore because I discovered that years ago. The power and the wonderfulness of the subconscious mind that we have and the things that it does and the way it communicates with us. Listen to that. So if you cook your food in a certain way, yeah, maybe you're not getting the nutrients. If that's the case, eat a little more of it. Like I say, if you think that grass-finished beef is a little more nutritious than grain-finished beef, just eat 2 or 3 bites more of the grain-finished beef to even it up, if that's what you like, because your beast within is going to be happy when you eat things that you like. It is making you like them for a reason unknown to any of us, but follow those instincts. So yeah, I think maybe runny eggs, if you like them, eat them that way. If I liked them, I'd eat them that way. I can't tolerate even the thought of eating a runny egg. Don't ask me why. Something inside of me does not like that consistency in foods. I never ate salad dressings. I never ate any of that stuff. It has always disgusted me. And I just say there's a reason why. Who am I to argue with it? So I just do what I enjoy the most. And it's working out pretty good. It's working out pretty good. That's a good question. Good question. But yeah, there is something to that. And you can do some more research. You're going to find arguments on both sides of it. But I can tell you pretty assuredly that if you turn your meat into charcoal, you're eating charcoal. Where were we? We're still running down the chat here. Question from a cigar aficionado. What kind of cigar? Medium flavors? This is I answer this question about every day, which gratifies me because it lets me know that I'm not a freak because I like cigars, that other people like them too. And, oh. Holy cow. Mike Mosk. Mike Mosk bought me 5 coffees. Wow. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you. He says, thank you for what you do, Mitch. Well, thank you for thanking me. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And I reply to all of these things. And when things slow down a little bit later, I'll go in and personally thank everybody that gave me a coffee this morning with a little note from me. Unfortunately, I've run out of unique and clever things to say in these notes. There's just so many ways to say thank you. But when I'm saying whatever I'm saying, it's for you, okay? And I appreciate that. So back to the question here from Anthony Sharp from a cigar. This is real quick. This is a Perdomo. It's a Nicaraguan cigar. And this is the Fresca. They have a line of less expensive cigars that they sell in bundles of 25. And it makes... I couldn't afford to smoke cigars if I had to go and buy the $10, $15 a stick cigars. These cost about $4 a stick. And even that costs a lot per month when you add it up. But so does smoking cigarettes, and so does drinking alcohol. This is much cheaper than drinking. Because if I went out to a bar and had 2 drinks a day, by the time I get done with the tip and everything, and buying drinks for the ladies and everybody else around, I'd spend $50. But for $4, I can have, this is a 2-hour smoke. At least 2 hours. I can relax, and I won't smoke it all at one time. I'll smoke this on and off throughout, probably right up until this evening. Or I'll probably maybe get a fresh cigar for the afternoon live stream at 3. But it's a Maduro wrapped. They have many different wrappers: Habano, Connecticut, Maduro, and they have many different shapes. This one is a Churchill. They have Toros, Torpedoes, and everything, and you can get them from any cigar. National Cigar Wholesaler, Cigars International, JR, Mike's Cigars in Miami, in a bundle. And they're great. They're great. They're handmade. They're built. They're long leaf fillers. They're a medium body cigar. And I really, really like them. Okay, enough cigars selling this morning. More questions anywhere? More questions? Mama Bear. Did you see the video by Paul Mason saying the main source of vitamin D ancestrally has been from animal fat, not the sun? No, I didn't see that, but it's possible. I'm sure that it must be. The Inuit up there in Alaska eat tons of fat. They live very healthy. They live healthy lives. They're obviously not getting their vitamin D from the sun. We keep learning more and more, and then that brings me to another point. And that point is, what do you believe anyway? So we try to go to what we think are the most credible sources that we found, but imagine you're somebody that just wants to find out about this, doesn't know anything. You're going to have 10,000 different people telling you 10,000 different things, both on either side of every argument, and that's true in politics, it's true in diet, it's true in financial investing, it's true in everything in life. Consider the source is the most important thing. My father taught me that very young. And that's kind of how I base who I listen to and who I don't. But I've even found things that some of those people I consider very, very, very credible sources and experts, that their opinion and mine still differ slightly. That's our own prerogative, every one of us. But yeah, I think that Paul Mason, was that Paul Mason? You see, yeah, Paul Mason he's an Australian doctor. He specializes in exercise physiology. I think that's his main thing. I find him an incredibly, incredibly credible source. And I watch a lot of his stuff, but I didn't see that video. And I've learned a lot from him. Tommy Bitar says, Ketre asked the question. I hope I got to that one because I can't go back now. Well, it's 10 to 10, and we're still going, and I'm at 9:25 in the chat. Holy cow. We may break a record here. I may be here I may not even have to start a 3 o'clock live stream. I might still be doing this. But people are starting to wane. People are starting to, places to go, people to see, things to do. Down to 138 people. Still a lot of people. Still a lot of people. 19 of them over in Rumble. Holy cow. Good morning, Rumble. Rumblers, where'd you come from? Mark's channel is here. Hiya, Mark. How you doing? Mark chimed in at 9:30. An hour late. Must be in a different time zone. Okay. How do you eat hard-boiled eggs? You're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the wrong guy. I've never eaten a hard-boiled egg in my life, and I never will. Sorry. Somebody, when I was a kid, ate a hard-boiled egg next to me, and the smell from it, knocked me off my chair. I am a very unique individual when it comes to my eating habits. It's very strange, but no. The only way I can even look at an egg is if it's a hard omelet. I don't even want to remember there was any semblance of a yolk whatsoever, which is why I beat my eggs so vigorously. So I'm not the one to answer that one. I'm sure there's a billion other people that love hard-boiled eggs. I tell people to take hard-boiled eggs with them because I think I may be the only guy on the planet that doesn't like them or won't eat them. And the interesting thing is some of these foods that I have this severe aversion to, the smell of a Caesar salad causes me to have to leave the room. And it's not imagined. It's real. I cannot. It makes me sick. The smell of vinegar disgusts me. I cannot eat anything that has any remnant of the smell or taste of vinegar. There's something in my genetic past that had to do with that smell or that substance that must have left a lasting impression on my ancestors, because forget about it. Yeah. It's got to be obvious to you that I'm somewhat strange as an individual. I don't think there's too many like me around. Probably a good thing. So I'm running through the chat now, trying to get to any last-minute questions. I made it to 9:37. I'm only 15 minutes behind. Sorry if I missed something. DS111 says, I got to read this. I haven't read it yet. Mitch, talking while holding a cigar in his mouth reminds me of my auto mechanic's old business partner who works on cars with a lit cigarette in his mouth, even while looking down. Yeah, people do that. But you don't see me. I only do it every once in a while. I'll hold it in my mouth while I'm talking so I can switch hands to do something here. But I don't keep a cigar clamped. My cigars very rarely ever get that chewed up look like a lot of people's do. And there's some people that buy cigars that just chew on them. They don't ever smoke them at all. But no, usually I'll hold a cigar in my hand. That's more of a George Burnsy kind of thing. It's a prop. More of a prop. Half the time during these live streams, look at this. I haven't even knocked an ash off of this thing yet, I don't think. I just use it. Take a few puffs on it, but can't smoke and talk at the same time. Question. Here's a question from Terry Sue. Are your old drone vids still available? They are. Same channel. I just changed the name. So if you go back and search Old Guy, call it OldGuyCarnivore drones. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos and live streams, long live streams on that channel. Yeah, this channel is 6 years old. And up until a year and a half ago, it was drone stuff. So yeah, they're there. And I watch some of the old ones eventually just to take a walk down memory lane. Hey, Mitch, A bit off topic. Any short comments about New Jersey drones? Okay, I'll make a short comment. I'll make a short comment about that. I've heard you guys. There's a few of you guys that just keep sending me links to things about these drones. I've heard every conspiracy theory, everybody's theory. I think there's a little of everything going on. I think it's not just one cause. We're either looking for a dirty bomb, we're looking for missing nuclear material from a power plant in northern Jersey, we're flying 6-foot drones over grid patterns at night. It's hobbyists punking us because they can. It's mostly airplanes that most of these sightings are, because I have no idea if the government knows they're not telling. If they're not telling, there's a reason they're not telling. I think it's the most likely explanation I heard, which goes along with my cynical nature, is that it's a kind of a psychological, a psyop, a psychological operation, a false flag operation to divert the public's attention from the really serious shit they're trying to pull on us before Donald Trump takes office. That's my final best case for what's going on there. Look over here. Keep your eye over here while I just do my dastardly deed over here. That's what I think it is. Could be anything, though, or none of the above. I don't think anybody's in danger from it, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's a threat to anybody. And I did see, somebody sent me an email pointing me to a story about some old guy who shot down a drone and is in trouble. Yes, you are in trouble. It is a federal offense to shoot down an aircraft. And I don't care if you shoot down the kid next door's little Christmas present drone. As far as the FAA is concerned, you have shot down an aircraft and will be prosecuted for that. So, not a good idea to shoot at drones. Not with the current laws, and not in this country, to be sure. All right, here's an answer to that question. CB Carmack says, Ken Berry said you may burn up the heat-sensitive vitamins, but never the nutrients or minerals. Perfect. Perfect. Happy to know that. Thank you, CB. I hadn't heard Ken Berry say that, but there's a lot of things that all these people have said that I haven't had not enough time in one lifetime to listen to all this stuff. And it's getting worse. And more people think their future is in having a carnivore YouTube channel. Are they in for a rude awakening? Whoa. Scooby says, I like chard. Yeah, well, chard and burnt to charcoal are two different things. We all like the taste of something that has what they call the Maillard reaction, the burn ends on a brisket, that umami flavor and mouthfeel of something. That's why we sear steaks. But yes, we all like that, and that's how our ancestors ate food, because they cooked their foods over open flames. So they must have been going for that as well. So I think that's it can't be harmful for you. Where am I in the chat? 944. Wow, keeps going. I'm going to have to go faster. Go faster, Mitch. Read less. It's hard not to read this stuff. But I need to just find any more questions, and then we can give me a chance to actually even go in and post the link for this afternoon's live stream. Okay, here MB says, please remind the last-minute Amazon shoppers, myself included, that our ability to order through your site to give back to you, it costs us nothing, but it's a way we can give. Thank you, MB. Thank you so much. Yes. On my website, OldGuyCarnivore.com, links to stuff I use every day, and it just so happens to be I can actually post that link right here if anybody should want to go check out the stuff that I use that's on that particular web page. And if you don't want any of that stuff and you need something from Amazon, as long as you click any of those links, take a look at that thing, and then go up to the Amazon search bar and type in what you're looking for. They actually help me out. They pay me a little commissions. Very, very nice. And the commissions are not big. It takes a lot of that stuff to add up to anything meaningful. But every little bit helps, you know what they say. So thank you so much. And thanks, B. Thanks for going to bat for me. CB, it says 130 people. Yeah, we were up to about 150 something at one point, but I can't expect people to hang in. I wouldn't probably hang in this long either. So I think it's great. It must be entertaining for you, or you got nothing better to do on a Saturday morning before Christmas. I have a funny feeling everybody's heading out to do some frantic last-minute shopping. Frantic last-minute shopping. And I have hit the bottom of the chat. Yes. Lori is here with the last entry. Terry Sue, please rest as much as you can. You're scaring me. But I understand the nervous thing, too. I hope you're not talking about the cholesterol thing. No, it wasn't that. That wasn't Terry Sue. Anyway, I hope you're feeling better. Smoothie says, coffee cup is empty. I'm off to the farmer's market. See everybody this afternoon. I hope to see you all. And I still have hot coffee here. Me and my buddy. I so enjoy South Park. I really do. And that coffee's still hot. And it's 10 o'clock, and 2 or 3 minutes after 10 today is officially the longest Morning Coffee with Mitch live stream. Thank you all for hanging in here with me. Thank you so much. Always great to see you. Got to the bottom of the chat. I think I answered the questions. Didn't miss saying hi to too many of you. Mark says South Park is awesome. People are starting to say goodbye. Super. So let me give you a little exit music here, and we will call it a morning. In fact, I'm going to call it Saturday morning. That's a good name. May catch on. I'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon, everybody. I'll give you a couple of minutes, keep it alive so you can continue to chat, say goodbye to each other. I will, as usual, light up my cigar again. Of course, I don't smoke it enough here to make it, to keep it lit. Okay. And we have Nikki W. Everyone have a wonderful day. And Mark Whistler saying goodbye. And CB Carmack chiming in. Aunt B, Sandy Blythe, Liz Weberg, Danny in Boston, Ellen, Lori, DS111, Greg Smith. Hey, Greg Smith. Man, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it today or you're going to be driving, but if you're not, chime on in. CB says goodbye. Aunt B says goodbye again. So, my friends, with that, it's enough goodbyes. I want you to all, I've been waiting for that music to end. There you go. I want you all to take the rest of the day off, at least till 3 o'clock. And eat meat.